We're going to tour Scott's Hot Rods and Customs. This is one of the premier hot rod and custom building shops in the country. And I have Cameron here with Scott's. How are you, Cameron?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You guys have won America's Best Hot Rod or Roadster in the country twice, right?
Yes, 2008 and 2010.
Awesome, awesome. And basically what we'll do is we'll showcase everything that they have to offer here, and hopefully you guys enjoy the tour. Cameron, what are we looking at here?
This is our main building. It's
Okay.
manufacturing building. It's rebuild chassis, suspension kits, and all of our billet parts and anything under the sun like that. Next door, which we'll visit here in a minute, that's the fabrication department where we build the hot rods.
Okay.
This is the shipping department, so this has a bunch of small parts ready for them to pick. Right here we got some of our 4-bar link bars.
For rear suspension?
Rear suspension.
Okay.
It's all machined out, 1 1/8 inch DOM tubing, all machined and tapped. We don't weld on any bungs. And so we'll show you more of this in the CNC department. We got small C notches for trucks or small cars.
You see, this is for a 35 through 40 Ford right there.
That one is. And that one's actually technically universal, just for something with a straight frame.
Okay.
And we got transmission mounts, C10 cradle mounts for the motor mounts. So we got 7387, 63 to 72. 7387 is a slightly taller frame. Oh, so that's what's different about it.
Understand. You guys do a lot of trucks then, huh?
Oh yeah, we love trucks here. So then all of our front suspension, the upper A-arm rod end clevises. So this is the clevis that bolts to the crossmember, the crossbar. I'll show you more of that here in a minute. And then the A-arm bolts to this. So we machine this all out here in-house, all the stainless steel, all CNC machined, and then the bushings are Hyperflex polyurethane from energy suspension with an internal sleeve.
It's a beautiful part.
Thank you. And so when you bolt these down, you're actually bolting on the sleeve, not the bushing. So the bushing, I mean, I'm not strong enough to squeeze it and turn it, but the bushing rides on the sleeve that you're crushed on.
Okay.
If you install these incorrectly, you'll blow the ears off. You don't need new bushings in about a week. These are all of our motor mounts.
Oh, for the LS? Okay, cool.
LS shorts, LS regular LS talls for certain chassis that have wider frame rails. Small block Chevy, small block Ford, big block Ford.
Do you guys sell more
Hellcat.
of the LS stuff or the small block stuff? Or
And watch out behind you. He's grabbing some 4-bar brackets. A lot of LS stuff, and we're picking up more in the Coyote and Godzilla stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We sell a whole bunch. Big block Ford, big block Chevy, small block Chevy, LS, new LT, Hellcat motor mounts.
Basically everything.
Yes.
Awesome, awesome.
And then even if we don't have it on our shelf and you have your stock motor mount that you want us to build a plate for, just mimic ours, we have customers send those in. We just did a weird Pontiac motor for somebody. I'm like, I don't think we got motor mounts for that. Send me the motor mount. I'm like, oh, we definitely don't have this motor mount. So we used it, we scanned it with our 3D scanner, put it in the computer and made a mount off of it.
So where are we going to go next?
We'll go around here and we'll go check out the chassis department. This is a 4854 Chevy GMC truck, whichever you want. This is a Super Slam chassis. So it's got bags. We'll put the running boards on the ground, no problem. This customer also is running 12-inch wide wheels on the back, so we pinch the rails in.
Yeah, I see that.
And
narrowed rear end too?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so we order all these from Mosier Engineering. So he's got his Mosier rear end, Scott's Watts link in the middle there. That holds everything centered. The equal length parallel 4-bar, Slam Specialties TS6 bags, Rytec HQ single adjustable shocks. And out back we got our fuel tank with intake pump and send unit. We make all those here in-house.
I was going to say, do you make the fuel tanks here?
Yes.
Okay. And for the people that don't know what he was talking about earlier on in the video, these are basically the linkage that you were saying earlier.
Yeah, these are our 4-bar rod ends.
Uh-huh.
And these are the link bars. I tell people, if you bend one of these, you have other problems.
Probably got into an accident at that point.
Yeah, or hit a wall, went off a cliff. And so these chassis, these 4854 Chevy trucks, 55, 59 Chevy trucks, 48 to 52 Ford F1, and 53 to 56 Ford F100, we run a 2x6 center rail.
Okay.
That gives us more room to mount your running board mounts. And then we run a double layer X member. We just customer adjustable slide out, drop out trans
Awesome,
mount, LS motor mounts, power rack and pinion. We had stainless steel brake lines plumbed.
Now, do you guys offer to paint this as well, or is it just bare metal like this when you guys send it out?
Most of them are just bare metal, as you see. We do have a coating of Gibbs oil on it, so if you touch it, you can feel a little bit Gibbs oil. Stuff works really well. We can powder coat. Some chassis we prefer not to powder coat, just because, like a Super Slam chassis, we're gonna be modifying the bed, you know, and building new sheet metal and tubs and all that. So we kind of recommend, hey, just wait on powder coat until done and you're going to paint and assembly.
Sure.
Then go ahead and powder coat it, because all the cars we'll see over the other side that we're working on, they're just bare metal.
Okay.
They do get some rust on them, but you just hit it with a Scotch-Brite pad. Just don't leave them out in the rain.
Sounds good to me.
Whether we check out here,
Is this a customer truck behind here? Or is this something
Yes.
you guys are working on? Or?
that's a customer truck that we built the chassis for it and fit the body to the chassis. It was just a couple months to get it on underneath the floor pan, because he's doing a trans tunnel anyway.
You don't really see internationals that often. That's why I was.
No, he originally brought this down to us so we can get measurements off of it.
Oh.
So we scan underneath it with the 3D scanner, scan it, put it in the computer.
I
But then,
love the patina on it.
oh yeah.
Mind if we
Just-
take a look at the front?
Yeah, go for it. Just like every single car that comes in here for the most minor thing, it snowballs.
Right.
Originally, we were just getting measurements and we were gonna have him come pick up his truck and his new chassis. Then he asked us, well, can you put the truck on the chassis? Sure. Okay, well, while you're there, can you do another firewall, trans tunnel, this and this for me? Sure, not a problem. But also that anybody that's behind him in line gets pushed back a little bit. That happens all year long, every year.
What
So,
engine setup do you think this person's going with?
I'm pretty sure he's going with an LS.
LS.
And then the hood, I would lift the hood, but the hood is just set on right now.
Understand. I appreciate you
problem.
showing us everything, and I guess we'll move into the. Are these all chassis that are done, or just waiting on
Yes.
customers, or?
Half of these are waiting for the customer to pick up. The other half, well, a couple of them are going to be for full builds next door, just waiting there.
Oh, okay. That one says 65 Stang on it.
Yeah, that one's been sitting there
46
waiting to get
Ford.
picked up. That one's waiting to get picked up. That one's waiting to get picked up. That one's waiting to get picked up. That one's a build, and that one's a build.
Now, how does the payment work? Do they pay you beforehand, or do you build them first and then they pay you, or?
On all chassis orders, it's when you place the order, 50% down, gets your name on the order board.
Gotcha.
And then right now we're about 10 months out on chassis.
Oh, wow.
So give or take on some. If you have an oddball, it might be a little bit longer.
Wow, they are just beautiful, beautiful chassis.
Thank you. But once the chassis is done and like that, customer pays up, and then they got to come pick them up.
Do you ship anything, or?
Yes, we'll see when we get ready to ship out down
Okay.
there. So this is the assembly department, where the plumb and the fuel and brake lines, put the suspension on.
Basically, the finishing touches.
Yeah, if he's putting brakes on it, that means customers come in with wheels,
Oh.
or we're putting on a set of Goonie wheels, and the
The,
customer's
the
taking
orange
it.
one's over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
At first, when those first came out, we're like, oh, those too expensive for what that is. And then you're like,
They work.
you know what, those actually work out really well. And then when you price out a set of used wheels and used tires and trying to find a set of used wheels and used tires,
All the cars that I find usually comes with wheels that are flat or they're broken or something like that, and I have the same issue with myself. So that's pretty cool. Now, you were showing us, this is your chassis assembly department?
chassis fabrication.
Fabrication department. My apologies. Assembly's behind us.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So this is where the magic happens, right?
Right.
All these guys here, they get a set of blueprints. They're all building different chassis right now. It's very rare that someone's building the same chassis right next to them. We do that so one guy works on, say, 454 Chevy trucks. He's going to work on those for a batch, maybe 6 or 10 of them in a row. So by the third one, it's going faster and faster and faster for him because he knows the measurements.
Knows exactly what to do, right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one right here is a 56, you were saying?
56 Buick,
Okay. Long chassis.
long chassis. Not the longest we've ever done, but it's a long chassis. They did give away in the Buick is this front bumper plate.
Interesting. Okay.
The bumper mounts mount this way instead of into the frame rail like most cars. And then behind you, that's a Ford 854 Chevy truck.
I would love to work here. This just looks like the funnest job in the entire world. Huh?
It's pretty cool. I mean, we used to play with Hot Wheels as kids,
Right.
and I still buy them. But we get to play with Hot Wheels here, life-size ones. The next one will be a 55, 59 Chevy truck.
Okay. You can just see how the difference of the actual rails themselves are different for each vehicle.
And then over there, he's starting another Camaro chassis.
Oh, okay. Do you know what year?
It'd be a 67 to 69.
Okay.
So it's just got a few
Full
pieces.
chassis or?
Full chassis.
Full chassis.
We have a front clip over there we'll check out in a minute.
Awesome. And this is what the way it looks when it starts, huh?
That's just the jig really set up, and here's the start of his frame rails that are all mandrel bent.
When you were showing us some of the CNC stuff this way?
Yeah. Well, first we'll stop by and see the chassis frame rails.
Gotcha.
Since it's on the way. So, a few years ago, we bought a Bailey 4x2 mandrel tube bender. So it bends it the hard way and the easy way. These are all hard way bends.
What does that mean?
It bends, so this is the long side, so I can bend it this way, and it's a mandrel bend, so you don't get any or very wrinkles.
Okay.
Or if you see like cheaper frame rails that are just bent, but not mandrel bent, they'll have a wrinkle wall to it.
Yep, I know. Yep, kind of like from the factory.
Yeah, because they didn't have this back then.
Gotcha.
But there's only so many of these benders that Bailey's put out. So many shops, because they're not cheap, and you have to have a purpose for buying a 2x4 mandrel tube bender because it bends 2x4 and 2x4.
Are these labeled? Do you know what they go to, or are they just?
They are labeled somewhere on
Gotcha.
there. Justin right there is welding up the frame rails right now. He's the one that bends them all, so he has a label on them somewhere. Here, we can see him actually labeled right here.
Oh yeah, they are.
54 Olds 88, so that's those two. And then you got 36 Chevy car, so those two. And an early Gen 1 Vet. These are two newer machines to us. Haas V4F SS, so super speed, super fast. It means they cut faster. The faster you cut, the faster production goes. We do a lot of CNC parts here. Some production parts and then some one-off parts. And Ian's our CNC designer, programmer, magician, and he's designing the billet grill for the 51 Chevy truck we're building next door. So he's playing with the 3D scan right now. We'll see that truck in a few minutes. We'll walk through CNC here. Here's one part we came out with. We didn't invent an exhaust hanger, we just improved it.
Perfected it, basically.
Yeah. We make them in 2.5 and 3 inch. So here's what you grab your exhaust with. And then you have high temp silicone bushing that goes in there. This clamps on, and then this is your mount. And with the articulation and swivel, you can mount it in a bunch of different locations. And we do a flat mount, and we mount it into a flat surface. We also do one with the coat mount, we mount on round 2. These are just orders getting ready to go out. And here's the upper A-arm clevis. So then it's going to go back in for one more surface.
This is basically what you were showing me a little bit earlier.
Yes.
And for the audience at home, they can buy one of these, right?
Yeah. So this is a bolt-on C10, actually 55, 59 bolt-on IFS.
Okay.
We sell more weld-ons than we do bolt-ons, but some guys want the bolt-on. So everything here is 100% TIG welded.
And beautiful welds.
Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful welds.
I'd claim it, but I don't do it. Mine don't look like this. That's why I'm not in the shop.
That's why you're the marketing guy.
Yeah. I'll take pictures of it and post them up. But this is QC department, so all the front suspensions get put together here first, make sure everything fits, the coilover doesn't hit and anything like that, and then it goes over to shipping from here.
Okay.
So he was halfway between this one, but we needed to build a crate for a chassis to ship out, so he'll come back to this one and get it done. And those are waiting to get QC'd, sitting over there.
This machine looks brand new.
It's pretty new. Travis hasn't broken it yet.
Hi, Travis and Parker.
Travis.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Oh,
I haven't broken it yet.
And you can see that. What are we doing here, Travis?
We're going to cut a body mount for a Camaro clip.
Okay.
The blue line is a marker, that's the bend line. So this is something that's offered now on this program. We can put our bend lines in. And yeah, pretty much just going to cut it. This thing cuts all the way up to 2-inch material. We only have 3/8 material. That's the thickest we got.
Gotcha.
But it'll cut 2-inch material like butter.
That's so cool. You get to play with that all day long.
Yeah, man. yeah, pretty cool. You know, I mean, I had to learn the plasma first. You know.
Okay.
That was like the step.
Is it difficult to learn this stuff, or how long does that take?
Can't be that difficult. Travis learned it.
The engineers from China came in.
Okay.
When they set it up, and they gave Ian and myself 2 days.
Oh wow, 2 days. Okay.
2 days before they gave us the control. You know, and part of those 2 days were them setting it up, and then we went through everything. broken English, you know? So it was like trying to really understand what they were saying, and there was one part that was like, yada, 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 this button, boom. Now it's been about 8 months, and
Now you're a master at it.
well, at this one, I mean, at what I do right now, when they start throwing me a curveball, it's a little difficult.
I got you.
But yeah, it's awesome, and I can see all the builders, you know, front ends and chassis guys and everything when they come over here, how quick they can get the parts. You know, before they were cutting the parts manually with saws, now the machines do it.
Okay.
So like that's night and day for them, you know, and I dig it, man. It's cool. I was really scared of it when they brought it in, the way it looks.
Yeah.
You know, when it came into the shop, I was really nervous, but yeah, I dig it, man.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time.
Absolutely, brother.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
We'll go check out his other toy over here. When we bought the Bodor plate laser, we also got the tube laser with it for an added cost, of course.
Okay.
So it's CNC tube laser, so the tube will feed in. You tell it 0, and then it can cut round, square tube, whatever you want, whatever the program tells it. So this is a cross member, well, it will be. So these two will go on there and get welded out. Once they tack this together, that used to be about 4 hours worth of work. Now it took it down to a few minutes. I mean, it takes, to cut these 3 pieces out on this machine probably takes about 3 minutes, maybe.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, the less time someone has to spend making something frees them up in the long run.
Absolutely. And it probably lowers the cost to build it at the same time.
When we bought the plate laser, for Travis was running the plasma table, all the plasma pieces had to have the slag all knocked off on the wire wheel.
Oh,
We
okay.
spend so much time cleaning it up. Adding this machine, he's not sitting over there cleaning parts constantly. He's just cutting more parts. So when he's done over there, he comes over here and bounces back and forth. And even then, it frees him up to do other stuff instead of just sitting there cleaning it.
Yeah, technologies these days, I mean, the technology here is blowing my mind. Like I said, I seen the cars that you guys build, and I didn't know you guys did all this in-house. So
Yeah, it just takes cubic dollars.
Now this looks familiar.
So, Camaro clip.
Right.
Saw Camaro frames getting started, and that plate, he was just cut down on the plasma or the laser table, is what he's holding right there.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So after he gets off of there, he goes over, bend it on the press brake, and that's the actual bumper mount for the front.
The bumper mount, okay.
Which will fill this hole. So this is the jig to hold it in, and it mounts here.
I know what the original pieces look like, so I'm trying to put that in my head with
Yeah.
all the modern stuff. You guys do a lot of Camaro subframes, or
They come in waves.
they come in waves?
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why that is.
Back when we were in California, I was working with Justin for just under 2 years before we moved.
Okay.
In those 2 years, we built 2 55, 59 Chevy truck frames.
Okay.
We moved here, and it's like someone lit the fire.
Yeah, flip
and
the
it's
switch.
like 55 on the order board, just one after another. And I'm like, we built like 2 of these before, and now the 40, 54, and 55, 59 Chevy trucks are just going through the roof. And then in the past, I'd say the last year, the 53 to 56 F100, that conversation on the phone has been coming up a lot. Front suspension, rear suspension, or a whole chassis. Those trucks were quiet for a while.
Yeah, the trucks are getting a lot more popular these days.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
We do plenty of C10 stuff, so that's not a problem. So here, these 2 beautiful machines. Why have one when you can buy 2 for twice the price? So these are the Bailey 2x4 Mandrel tube bender.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what you were talking about earlier.
We have this one set up with the easy way bend, so you're 4 inch tall. That's for guy, and then over here we have it set up for the hard way. You only really need one of these machines. We had bought one, and to change the mander out, it takes about 45 minutes because you got to undo the arm, get the forklift over here, lift up the die, put it all back together. Well, we found that one for sale. So instead,
Had to have it.
had to have it.
They work so well.
It was basically new old stock. Someone had bought it, put it in their shop, and then basically abandoned their shop. That's a long story short. So now we don't have to waste time changing the mandrels out.
Do they come in a certain length, or
This is what they come with.
they look like this starting out?
Oh, a 20-foot stick. Yeah.
I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Sorry, a 20-foot stick.
A 20-foot stick. Gotcha.
When we order metal, it's all in 20-foot sticks.
Understand. Okay.
Most of our stuff is 120 wall. Some of our stuff is 316, so a little bit thicker.
And I see back here you got this one. Looks like it's ready to be shipped out.
Yep, that's a 35 to 40 Ford. Super Slam chassis, Pro Street, so big tires in the back, built the layout, and that should be being picked up tomorrow. And that's all brand new wood from Home Depot. Actually, not Home Depot anymore. We get it from 80 Foot Lumber. It's all ready to go. I mean, there's enough wood to build a nice little planter or a new bar for the basement.
Wow, you guys do really, really nice work.
Thank you. We try. This is the back lot. Our Peterbilt's getting worked on again.
Oh no.
That's a whole nother long story, which you make an Instagram, Facebook post, and it goes.
I saw that one. That's how we actually got in contact. I saw that your Peterbilt broke down, and I did not see this though.
This is our C60. We didn't build it. We bought it and then did a few things to it. It's a 70 C60 body sitting on a 96 Dodge Chuck dually 1-ton frame with 12 valve Cummins in it.
Okay.
When we got it, it was a running driving car. The guy from Texas, Ben Dollar, he drove it to Dino's Get Down a couple years ago. We saw it. It's kind of cool. And then Dino calls us and says, hey man, remember that C60 with the utility bed on it? Yeah. Guy wants to sell it. Okay. So then we looked at pictures. Like, that is a lot cooler than we remember. It's got a stereo in the back there.
I've seen that.
So it's got 4 Marine speakers with 2 subs underneath that box. It gets pretty loud tailgating, which is cool. And there's a generator in the side box here. You plug it in.
You mind if I open it up? Is it locked?
Go for it.
Oh, I love those seats.
So it's a snowed-in seat. Pretty much stock interior.
It's got cup holders. That's the one thing that matters the most.
Yes. I've driven this to Louisville for Louisville Street Rod Nats, Columbus for Columbus Good Guys, a few other shows. I just hop in it and go.
It's got air conditioning too.
Yes, we added that.
It's a real car.
Yeah.
A real truck, I should say.
And it didn't have a stereo in it, but I found that Blaupunk that looks like an old, like 80s stereo. I was like, that'd be perfect instead of having like
a brand new one in
new
there.
shiny thing.
Yep.
And we didn't want a double din or anything because it just fits in there. It looks like kind of looks like a CB radio.
Yeah, I did not know you guys had this here. This is definitely a unique piece. We'll see what's under the hood here. Oh, wow.
12 valve Cummins.
Yep. Can't mistake that.
80 horsepower fuel plate, so when you're on the highway, you still have some get up and go. A slightly upgraded turbo, nothing crazy. So we're not trying to do any dyno runs or flat out. This thing will do about 92, 93. But I can cruise 80, 85, just whoa. The only downside to cruising above 70 is those stacks.
Okay.
Because your head is really close to the window and the stacks just hum.
Oh.
They're really cool. And the windows up, it's not too bad. If you have the windows down and you're cruising, you can't turn the stereo up loud enough.
I was going to say, you don't need a radio at that point.
No.
I never really listened to the radio in any classic car that I have because I just like hearing the engine.
Yeah.
You know, but I could totally understand if you were to take this thing cross country or something, like you said, to Louisville, and it's definitely a unique piece.
We'll walk around the other shop. So here we go. It's a 50 Ford F1. We're doing final wiring on it, and this should be on the road here in a couple weeks.
Okay.
This is also patina paint.
Now, is this the shop's car or is this a customer car? Customer car.
It's been on the back burner for a couple months. We've been working on other stuff, and we're back on it. Like I said, it's just about done. We're finishing up some wiring. Gotta go to the interior shop, and after that, it'll be good to go home. And over here,
got the whole firewall off of this.
Yeah, this is, talk about a snowball project. We built the chassis for him. He wanted the body fit to the frame. A new trans tunnel, new drive shaft tunnel, because it sits low. Okay, cool. Oh, can you do this for me? Oh, can you do this for me? Well, the answer is yes. It just takes time and money.
Yep.
Now we're doing firewall on it, inner fenders, a few other things.
You gonna paint it or leave it the way it is, or whatever he wants, I guess?
No idea. Whatever Sean wants to do, right?
Paint everything we touch.
Oh, okay.
Like all the fresh metal will be sealed and painted, but I don't think they want to mess with it. All the engine bay will be satin black.
Satin black?
Just because we got to break through the paint. So
make it look pretty again.
yeah, they'll make a new line like where it's still good back here.
Cool, cool.
Just do a whole black engine bay.
I want to take a look at this car right here.
Charger, yeah.
First of all, it's got a Hemi in it.
Big Hemi in it.
And it's a 68 Charger. I was trying to figure
Yes.
out what it was, but I see the taillights back there.
This originally came to us for headers and exhaust.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Just headers, just an
Just
exhaust?
headers and exhaust. And now it's got a full chassis, new firewall, all new floors.
I think you'll be happier with the decision. Looks like it's got a T56 sitting in there.
Yep. A little beefier chassis. We got a drive shaft loop in it.
Oh man, this is just the coolest thing.
This thing is motor. It's over 600 horse. I'm not sure the actual number on the motor, but
Okay.
it's stout. He's a big Mopar guy, big Hemi guy.
Definitely going to be a really cool build whenever it's done. Go take a look at the Oldsmobile over here.
So 65 Cutlass, owned by a really good customer, Cecil Carter.
Okay.
Ken's doing the build on this one. It's all custom billet grill, billet headlight buckets. We made the bumper from scratch. We didn't do too much wild stuff on this car as far as the body. We just did a lot of rust repair when it came to us. LT4 motor in it, built supercharger lid, custom LT valve and coil covers, stainless steel exhaust, headers and exhaust that we built.
This is what it's going to look like, huh?
Yeah. It was originally going to be canary yellow, that really light yellow, because that's what it was.
Oh, okay. Look at that center console in there.
Yeah, that's all custom.
How many hours would you have in a car like this?
There was about, let's put it this way,
Wow. That is just,
there was about,
their attention to detail is amazing.
yeah, I'd say there was about $30,000 worth of rust repair.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
$95 an hour, 40 hours a week,
Yep.
it adds up. Like the whole, well, we got a billet piece on here, but underneath, we already repaired it, but around,
That's where the water
Yeah.
sits.
yeah, it was all rust, all across there, all across the front. The bumpers were trash. And probably the bottom third of the entire body had to be replaced.
Look at the way the bumper is done here.
It was all tucked up.
Little flush mount in there.
Your Hot Rods by Boyd wheels.
Love Boyd Connington. I remember watching that show when I was this small.
There's a 51 Chevy truck. It's getting a lot of play. Classic Truck Performance is doing a build series on it. So there's five issues that have this truck in it.
Okay.
Different sections of what's getting built. They did the bed. They just did the inner fender article on it. So this was a much more wild build.
I can see that. I wanted to see, is this functional?
Yes, that scoops into getting clean, fresh air.
Oh, that's crazy. I love that. Even, what about these down here?
Those are functional too.
I'm
Those
not-
are for the heat exchanger one's for the heat exchanger for the supercharger and the other one's for the transcooler.
That is freaking sweet.
And so then if you come back up front here, these are the filters for the air intake.
Okay.
And then we have the radiator and AC condenser, and this 1,054 horsepower Wagner LS3 creates a lot of heat. A lot of problems people build these cars or trucks and don't get enough air in or out. So originally these vents were an idea to get air out. And we put the heat exchangers on the back side of there. And then this scoop is to allow some untouched, fresh, cool air into the engine bay to blow through and try to keep this thing as cool as possible.
Just well thought out.
Yes, you got to
That's-
get air in and air out. Now, if it was totally sealed up, air wouldn't even get through the radiator because there's nowhere to go.
I want to see the inside of it, Ivan. Is it done or
No,
well, not done? But okay.
Interior's
Yeah, but minimal so far.
minimal so far.
And I don't think I've seen a truck bed like that with a little bit of a.
And the whole thing lifts up.
Oh, it all lifts
the
up
bed
too?
floor lifts up. Yeah. Hey Ken, how much work was in the bed floor? Like a couple days?
Sorry?
How much work was done on the bed floor? Just a couple days?
If you want to be generous, yeah. There's probably 400 hours.
I'm Parker, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Ken.
meet you. So you said 400 hours?
Yeah,
And
just doing on the bed floor.
I said I've never seen one that's kind of like flows like that.
It's that's what we were shooting for.
Yeah, it's definitely unique for sure. I'm impressed. I really am.
Thank you.
I like the side skirts on it too. They're pretty cool. And is this is custom then too, also on the side, right?
The entire bed is scratch built.
Yeah, the only factory part of the bed is literally from right here to the back side of the roll. Everything else is handmade.
Now, is this a truck that'll get sold, or you just said it's for
Customer's vehicle.
Gotcha,
Guy
okay.
named- what's Brian's last name? Shoot.
Shoot.
Brian Shoot.
Okay.
Cool guy out in California. His main business is working on fleet trucks. So,
Oh, okay, cool.
so semi truck, Pepsi fleet trucks.
I've seen here you got the shaved door handles. You guys do remote doors, or how does that work? Or
We're gonna build some billet door handles.
build
for
door
it.
handles? Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
We're gonna flush mount all the windows.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
This one's very popular with Mopar guys.
Okay.
84 Dodge D100. Again, we machined the billet grill.
I like that front splitter bumper setup you got going
Yep.
on down there. I guess the rear. Oh, there's a better. You can get a better sense of the.
Full rendering up top.
Yep. What engine is this one going to have?
A Hellcat.
I was going to say, oh, Hellcat. I was trying to figure it out there on the. It looked like maybe a Hellcat motor in there.
Yeah, we're gonna do a new lid that like we did on the Cutlass.
Okay. Yeah, this will definitely be pretty sweet.
Then we'll go by these quick.
Sure.
It's our 66 panel truck with LT5 in it. We're eventually finished. Our 64 GMC, it's got a Texas speed motor in it. It also makes about 1,100 horse.
Oh wow. Okay.
47 Caddy.
I was going to say the Caddy.
There's a lot of,
When we walked in here, that chrome grille just kind of
yeah.
hit you right in the face.
Yeah, it would hurt too. So this one, I don't know how to say this. We did a lot of rust repair and cleaning stuff up, making the stuff fit better. All the panels, fit and finishes, big. New floor in it, new firewall, new inner fenders. We didn't really change anything in the exterior.
Okay.
We cleaned it up. We pulled the bumpers in a little bit, front and back, new panels here and there. But these cars already look cool. They have a good body lines on them to begin with.
Hold on one second. Yeah, they do look really cool, and you can see the rendering they have back here.
Now this is bagged. It'll lay it all the way. I'm just keeping it clean. Like I said, they look cool to begin with. So here's a 51 Merc,
Okay.
complete custom. The car originally was a 4-door. Someone welded up the rear doors as a 2-door when we got it for the customer.
Oh wow. Okay.
So now we're making it a really long 2-door and doing the suicide doors on it. Gonna keep it convertible, but almost all the sheet metal you're looking at is brand new. Just the part of the hood and part of the fenders is original.
Okay.
Everything all the way back is brand new sheet metal. And next door is a 50 Merc. It was built years ago. Went up for the Mika auction last year. When our customer bought it, almost brought it straight to us.
So this was basically a complete car when it came in here.
Yes, it was a running, driving car. The front suspension that was on it was bubblegum and popsicle sticks. I would not take it on the road. Customer wanted to go full kill windmill, so we're going full kill windmill on it. And here's a 61 bubble top. This is on one of our modified coilover suspension. It's getting Mittler Brothers Hydro Shocks on it. So when it can ride on coilovers like normal, and then when it pulls up somewhere, you can drop it like bags.
You know, you don't really see bubble top Impalas very often.
They're coming back again.
They are. And
Yeah.
61s definitely. I like 61s. They're pretty cool cars. You're definitely the only guy at the car show when you show up in one.
Almost. They usually travel in pairs. Usually, if you see a bubble top, he's usually with his buddy with the bubble top. Over here, we got a Alton Moody's C10. It's a couple different years C10, so I'll let you guess on that. A simpler build, still complete build. We're not really changing the exterior. Do the firewall, inner fenders.
I like these style inner fenders a little bit better.
Just kept
A
simple.
little more modern than the other fenders that we were taking a look at earlier.
Yeah.
Is this one slammed or going to be on bags or
Coilovers.
coilovers? Gotcha.
It'll sit low on coilovers.
Gotcha. Okay. That's what everyone's looking for these days. Short bed C10.
Yep.
Anything crazy going on in the bed with this one?
No, it's simple. It's low on coilovers, but not stupid low.
And so this is the showroom.
Yes.
Okay. Oh wow.
So these are all our vehicles.
Your vehicles.
Our vehicles. Started
Okay.
a little dirty. It's been quite cold outside, so
Oh yes, it has.
I've already froze my ass off washing some wheels, but so it was cold enough. So once it gets warm, maybe the end of this week I'll wash some of these vehicles. That's also part of my job.
You want to take them one at a time, or what do you want to do here,
We'll roll
Cameron?
through
You
'em.
lead the way, because I'm out of my element with these ones.
So we'll roll through these pretty quick. This is our 66 C10 truck. Mind you, it's a little dirty. It's got our front and rear suspension on it with a step notch in the back. It had a 383 in it with an automatic, and then we switched it over to a LSA and 6-speed because it needed to be faster. This Suburban's fun to drive. It's a manual. It's a 6-speed. It's also a big white refrigerator. So when someone pulls up next to you and thinks you're just some guy with I got a cool hot rod.
Oh, it's got a 350 in it.
Yeah. And then you literally leave them in the dust.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, well, what just happened? It's fun to drive. I've put a lot of miles on it.
Oh, I would drive the shit out of that. I like the pinstripe on the front here. That's pretty cool. You can see all the bug guts.
Yeah.
That's how you know it gets driven.
Yeah. We drive all vehicles we drive. There's no trailer queens. Now, sometimes we will trailer out to a show because I haven't figured out how to trailer one and drive one at the same time. You know, so we might put one in the big rig and I'll drive another one out.
Is this a 70 or a 69?
Yes.
Yes.
Good answer. The VIN is a 70. Sorry, I didn't pull it all the way. The VIN is a 70.
Okay.
This is the truck we built. It stays up. It just gets so cold.
The fluid has to get right.
Yeah. This truck we built for Good Guys as the giveaway vehicle. So we built in 2013 and 14 and debuted in 2014, the Good Guys in Columbus. And then they gave it away in 2015. A lot of body mods done on this. The windshield's laid back about 2 inches. The rear of the roof is compound curved. We lowered the rear window to match the front window height at the bottom. The wheel wells have been raised up about 2 3/4 inches. There's about 1 3/4 inches shaved out of the rockers on the bottom. All this was done to achieve a low roof line because it had to fit in the Good Guys trailer. So we had shorter coilovers on it when they had it and it was given away.
And when you say given away, and why is it here? You got it back?
We got it back twice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the guy who won it, it was too nice of a truck for him. And he loved his Camaro. And he only had one extra spot in his garage for his Camaro.
I understand that.
So he contacted Good Guys first about trading it back to us. And then contacted us. And at first we were like, is that okay? So we called Good Guys. Yes, that's fine. It's his truck. He won the truck. It's in his name.
Okay.
So the guy traded back to us. We took his Camaro also, and we did a front rear suspension on it, put a new motor in it, new trans, rewired it, and new gauges. We didn't do any paint or interior, just all the important stuff.
Do you mind if we get a video of the inside of this
Sure.
truck? It looks fantastic.
So we did all the work on this Camaro, and so we got the truck back, and we did the B-pillar roll bar in it for harnesses and stuff. We took the Optimus shootout in Vegas after SEMA in 2016. We were doing great until we burned up the transmission.
Gotcha. What kind of transmission?
It's 4L65.
I'm putting a 4L60 in a Camaro, and everyone tells me it's not a good transmission. What's your thoughts?
It's made of glass.
Made of glass.
Made of glass.
So you don't recommend?
No.
Understand.
At least go with the
4L80?
Sorry.
Nope. Like it was meant to be. I'm not familiar with the 4L65. What did those come in?
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff? Okay. I'll have to
So
check
you
that
have
out.
4L65, 4L70, 4L75, and that's before we go to the 4L80. I'm no transmission expert.
I just know the old stuff.
Yeah. The 4L60 is just basically the electronic version of the 700 R4. Although the 700 R4 is a much stronger transmission when built correctly. So I'd go with the 65.
Okay.
'Cause that's what this has in it.
Hey, you guys do this every day. I mean, your word means a lot to me.
65 or 70, and just have a reputable transmission company build it.
Okay. What's this one behind? Oh, wow.
This is our 82 Blazer. It's also dirty, I apologize. This one is a true snowball of a build where we had the truck. It was about this blue in color. It had a big block in it, and we put our front suspension underneath it, drove around a whole bunch, and put a 4-bar in the back. Drove it to Arizona and back, or my coworker did. I was driving a different vehicle. And then as soon as I got back, we started tearing it down, and we're just, all right, we're just going to smooth the firewall, put the LS motor in it, and call it good. And then the body came off the frame. The frame went to powder coat. The body came back. We sent the body out, and we got painted twice by 2 shitty shops, which is going to get painted again. All the chrome is done in brushed chrome and satin chrome from Advanced Plating. There's over $25,000 worth of chrome on this truck.
Oh, wow.
And that's at our cost. Interior is done by Steve Holcomb. It's all leather. We stole a cup holder out of it for fitment on another vehicle.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
You know, that's hot rodding. I like the color of this interior.
Yeah, it's
It's like a chocolate almost.
yes, exactly what it is.
I like just taking ideas from everybody, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what everyone does. And
Spark Industries steering wheel, Dakota Digital gauges, Watson Streetworks, window switches. We machine these mirrors.
those are pretty cool too. Yeah.
Those are all done in brushed chrome. Yeah.
Is that an LT4?
LT4 with the upgraded Magnuson 2300 supercharger on it. At the wheels, it puts about, what does it say on a conservative dyno, a very conservative dyno, it said 596 horsepower, 590 foot-pounds of torque. So it's a little rocket ship. The LSA and the Suburban, that thing's quick. This thing will just eat it up and spit it out.
Now, is this carbon fiber? Is this dipped, or is this just
Carbon fiber.
That is carbon fiber. Okay, because sometimes people dip it and can,
Front
you can't tell.
fenders, front grille, and hood,
Oh, the
and
hood is
cowl,
carbon fiber. Yeah, it is.
all carbon fiber.
Oh, wow.
Kind of fits like shit, but shh. Our biggest thing is fit and finish here. So when something doesn't fit perfect, it bugs us. But then again, we just wrap this thing because we do beat the shit out of it.
It looks like you drive it.
So it's got a full cage in it. This truck was originally built by Provost Motorsports.
Okay.
Sean's a really good guy. We built him the chassis when we were still in California. He picked it up. He ended up building the rest of the truck. And then when he put it up for sale, he contacted us saying, hey, would you guys be interested in this? And we're like, well, hell yeah. Because it's our chassis and people know it pretty well.
Does the whole top come off this?
It does, but we don't like to take it off
Gotcha.
because they never go back on
The way, gotcha.
the way
okay.
they should. And it'll take the minimum of 4 guys to lift one of these things because they're awkward.
Without scratching anything. And
Yeah, they're awkward and they're really heavy because it's double wall fiberglass, and they all wave because there's not enough supports in them. And then it's got a little stereo in it,
just a little one.
a little stereo. And this little one over here, this 47 Ford Super Deluxe Coupe convertible, originally built by Jason Graham Hot Rods.
Okay.
And then the guys over at Street Machinery did the patina paint on it. So this is all paint. This is not real rust. It's paint.
They did a really good job.
Yeah. So Jason Graham, when he built it, he did this burgundy.
On the inside, okay.
Yeah. So, and then the guys at Street Machinery did the patina on it. Steve Holcomb did the interior on this for us, and the new top. Spark Industries wheel.
I like that steering wheel. That steering wheel is beautiful.
Because when we bought it from Jason Graham, he's like, hey, it's a driver, kind of drives like shit. Because it looks cool. We're like, oh, we totally understand. He's like, it's not like done. We're like, we know. But it's a cool car. No matter who you are, everyone likes the style.
Yeah.
So, famous cars of this era would be Back to the Future, Biff,
Okay.
and then Grease Lightning. Same 46 to 48. And then behind you, that's our grocery getter. 91 Suburban. Heard our buddy Ron do a quick paint job on it. We put wheels and tires on it. Other than that, it's stock.
Oh,
I've driven it to a bunch of stock lowered.
gotcha.
It's got crown suspension in the original lowering kit.
And then what's this one behind us?
So it's a 70 GMC Suburban, so a 3-door Suburban. It's got the GMC roof rack, and it does have rear AC in it.
My dad's into roof racks. Never met anyone else in my entire life into roof racks,
Yeah.
but they're, oh, look at the floral pattern on the seats.
Yeah, that's staying. Those are original seats.
I wouldn't get
If
rid
you
of
look
those
up at the
either.
roof, that's original rear AC, and it does work.
Upper console.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's the AC units in the back, just like it is in this 91 Suburban.
And they got armrests on the seats back there?
Mhm.
Oh my, I wouldn't change a thing on this thing either.
No.
I like the color too.
Interior wise, it's staying the same. Outside, the only thing we might do is like a matte clear.
Okay.
Just to seal it all in. We'll clean it up a little bit. We're not doing any paint, nothing like that. We're gonna put a chassis underneath it, new motor and trans, and drive the shit out of it also. And we got this one from one of our good customers who's bought a few chassis from us. We actually got this Suburban from him too.
Okay.
He's a wagon and Suburban guy.
Believe it or not, my dad had a Plymouth Suburban. You ever heard of one of those before?
No.
It was a 57. I didn't even know that Plymouth made Suburbans, but it showed up to the house one day. And he's also a big wagon guy, and you know that's kind of rubbed off on me as well. And you don't see too many of them out there.
No, I'm really looking for like a big old Crown Vic, ugly ass wagon.
Mid 90s?
No, like old, like
Oh, an
70s.
old. Okay, 70s. Gotcha. Okay.
And I would just want to like leave it stock can be, do our Super Slam front and rear suspension, and then go. So I have a kid on the way, so I was like, I told my wife, I was like, I want to build that so you drop the kids off at school. It's like you ugly ass wagon, and then it lays out in the ground. Because no matter how ugly a vehicle is, if it lays out in the ground, you're like, that's cool.
Oh, when the car goes down, the cool factor goes up.
Yeah,
for sure.
The uglier it is, the lower you have to get it.
I wonder if that goes for women also.
I don't know.
Well, Cameron, I appreciate you giving us the full tour
Well, no problem.
of everything. If you guys like this video, give us a like on the channel here. And most importantly, if you're interested in having any work done by Scott's, or just check out their website. You can go on there and see everything that they do, all the stuff that they have to offer. And I hope you guys have a great day. Cameron, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.